Bleach is packed with unforgettable characters and epic battles that keep fans hooked. Ichigo Kurosaki, despite being somewhat of a straightforward protagonist, remains a fan favorite due to his relentless spirit and thrilling power-ups. But with his unyielding resolve comes a long list of enemies who can't stand him. These characters, whether rivals or full-fledged villains, have clashed with Ichigo in some of the most intense and dramatic moments of the series. Each one has left a significant mark on his journey, shaping the legacy of Bleach as we know it. Let's dive into some of Ichigo's greatest adversaries and uncover the reasons behind their hatred. Let's start with one of Bleach's most iconic villains, Sasuke Aizen. Aizen's cunning plans and overwhelming power made him a force to be reckoned with. He sought perfection using the Hogyoku, but his grand scheme met an abrupt halt when Ichigo achieved an unforeseen power-up and defeated him with Mugetsu. For Aizen, this wasn't just a loss in battle, it was a blow to his pride and identity as an untouchable manipulator. Ichigo, in Aizen's eyes, was an unworthy obstacle who humiliated him and shattered his ambitions. Even in his confinement, Aizen remains a looming figure, forever bitter about his defeat and eternally scheming in the background, hoping for another chance to rise. Ulquiorra's disdain for Ichigo runs deep, and their rivalry is one of the most memorable in the series. As the fourth Espada, Ulquiorra embodies cold logic and views emotions as meaningless. His interactions with Ichigo often reflect his contempt, especially when he holds Orihime captive, using her as a pawn in his strategy. At one point, he even kills Ichigo by blasting a hole through his chest, an act meant to solidify his superiority. Yet, in their final battle, Ichigo's hollow form overpowers him in a clash of raw emotion versus calculated detachment. In his last moments, Ulquiorra gains a fleeting understanding of human emotion, but his hatred for Ichigo lingers until the very end, tinged with a curious hint of regret.
It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking.
Grimmjow is one of Ichigo's fiercest and most persistent rivals. His hot-headed, competitive nature mirrors Ichigo's own stubbornness, making their clashes even more intense and personal. Throughout the Arrancar arc, Grimmjow challenges Ichigo repeatedly, each time pushing both fighters to their absolute limits. Their battles aren't just physical but emotional, each man fighting to prove their dominance and conviction. Though Ichigo emerges victorious in their final showdown, Grimmjow's grudging respect for him never fully erases the animosity they share. Their rivalry encapsulates the raw and chaotic energy of Bleach's best fight scenes. Yhwach, the thousand-year Blood War's ultimate antagonist, harbors a deep hatred for Ichigo as the key player in his downfall. As the leader of the Crises, Yhwach considers himself invincible, using his godlike powers to rewrite the future and dominate his enemies. However, Ichigo's relentless spirit, combined with the efforts of his allies, forces Yhwach's hand time and time again. For someone who viewed himself as a divine being bested by Ichigo is an unforgivable offense. His defeat, an intricate mix of Ichigo's strength and a series of improbable events, solidifies Yhwach's disdain and cements his role as one of Bleach's most formidable enemies. The Full-Bring arc introduces Tsukishima, a villain who takes psychological warfare to a new level. Using his ability Book of the End, Tsukishima alters the memories of Ichigo's loved ones, turning them against him and isolating the hero. This manipulation drives Ichigo to the brink, resulting in a climactic showdown filled with emotional and physical tension. Even though Tsukishima later plays a pivotal role in repairing Ichigo's Bankai during the final arc, his earlier actions leave a scar. His hatred for Ichigo is palpable, rooted in his twisted sense of superiority and a desire to control those around him. Ginjo begins as an ally, guiding Ichigo through his Full-Bring training and earning his trust. However, his true intentions come to light when he steals Ichigo's Full-Bring powers, revealing a darker, selfish side. The betrayal is deeply personal, and Ginjo revels in pushing Ichigo to his limits during their climactic battle. While his motivations are later revealed to be more nuanced, Ginjo's actions firmly establish him as an antagonist who thrives on conflict. His hatred for Ichigo stems from a combination of jealousy and a belief that Ichigo's privileged status as a substitute Shinigami undermines everything he stands for. A new day's on, I'll keep moving right along. Among the Sternritter, Candice stands out for her fiery personality and explosive battles. After Ichigo's dramatic return to the Serete, he faces Candice and her group, the Bambis. Candice's anger intensifies when Ichigo damages her face and cuts off her arm during their fight. Her hatred for Ichigo isn't rooted in deep ideology, but in the personal humiliation she suffers at his hands. It's a grudge born from battle and amplified by her volatile nature, making their encounter unforgettable. Despite her fiery hatred, Candice's defeat only adds to Ichigo's legend as a warrior who overcomes any obstacles. Ichigo Kurosaki's Bleach journey is defined by his unforgettable foes. Each pushed his strength and resolve to the limit. Which rival left the biggest impact on you? Share your thoughts below, like and subscribe for more Bleach insights. Stay sharp, Soul Reapers.
I got facts over tracks, isn't that spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness, hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you are